Who the fuck made Shadow's skating animation? It's fucking gold, bro. It's so good! How did you make it so good?
Sonic Adventure 2. Oh my... This is arguably one of the best games the Sonic franchise has ever seen. It has the most diverse gameplay, a banger soundtrack, good level design, and hello. But, as this is a Dreamcast game, naturally it is quite held back. This is a game that has so much untapped potential that if explored it would be an instant 10 out of 10. Now I don't know about you guys, but I've always wondered how the game would play if these were expanded upon and if the concept art was brought into the game. You haven't? Huh, okay. What about the game being remade? Hello everyone, I am the Mentor and today I'm going to be providing just a little insight into the modern SA2 project. From a very shoddy retexture to making SA2 look like an early 2005 game, how the bloody hell did we get from this to this? Before we get started, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you really want to see more cool Sonic projects and entertaining videos brought to you by yours truly. We're going to be shaking up things in this channel soon, so please make sure you stick around for that because we got a lot of big changes that you don't want to miss. Modern SA2 is a concept project aiming to bring out the source it's been hiding for all these years. We wanted to bring out the cool factor that Sonic has been missing for over 20 years and to create a new experience to gauge interest from fans wanting a definitive adventure experience, players wanting something cool to play, and those who are not Sonic fans, such as myself. This project only affects stages, as doing up the cutscenes would require us to be paid and to have a team of animators, storyboard artists, more time with our voice actors. Yeah, there'd be a lot of money involved if we did that. When it comes to the stages, we aim to reimagine the classic 2D Sonic level design, which SA2 ditched in favour of the linear stages, which were also designed with the Dreamcast limitations. We've added so many new paths that you would have imagined existed as a kid, and paths you wouldn't even see coming. Through these changes, we've been able to create somewhat of a hybrid style direction, combining both adventure games with level design. The graphical side of the project aims to make the game look like an early 360 title, with added details such as grass shells and particles, baked lighting, among many other developer quirks that you wouldn't find in any other project across the community. Now, for all the little Gen Alpha babies here, back when the 360 launched, a lot of games were basically cleaned up PS2 games, with better shaders and effects, lighting and higher quality assets all around, all while keeping the low poly aesthetic. Modern Sonic Adventure 2 does the exact same thing, but without the bells and whistles due to this being a Dreamcast game. Our best examples of what I've talked about so far are what you can see on screen right now: Chow World, City Escape, Dry Lagoon, Green Forest, and White Jungle. Essentially, we wanted to create a new experience for Sonic Adventure 2 that Sonic fans have never seen in the modding and fan game scene, excluding PS6 for many obvious reasons. If you're looking for a true remake, this project might not be for you. However, and I know I'm the lead developer saying this, but hear me out, yeah? Hear me out. This is one of those projects where it's best that you experience it for yourself and not to rely on a video, including my own, to form your opinion. So I highly recommend that you give this a few tries and see what you reckon. Are you having a tough time modelling your hedgehog from scratch? Tired of not being able to sculpt your shrine of Sonic? By using sculpt mode in Blender, you can make it go from this to this. Modern SA2's character style is a combination of the Marza models, adventure artwork, Val's artwork, and even the SA1 model. As for Rouge, I referenced the SA2 art and chucked in some extra bells and whistles to make it look more expressive, and wow, does she look a lot better. But wait, that's not all though. Modern SA2 also offers players the ability to choose between our models and faithfully recreated SA2 models. This is basically more heavy sculpt mode work in Blender. But take a look at how beautiful... wrong model, guys. This is one hell of a look for Shadow. I mean, just look at how handsome he looks. I'm practically drooling. I wanted to offer people the best of both worlds. If they don't like one, they can simply choose the other. Bringing over the original models was something I did consider. However, rigging these models with moving fingers is actually quite annoying, and I don't have the ability to lay these models out flat, so I can rig these properly. So Sonic's animation has become quite stiff over the years, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's noticed this. But thankfully, with the release of Shadow Generations, this looks to be changing, which is actually quite nice to see. When it came to animating for this project, I wanted the characters to have a balance of natural animations and more cartoonish animations. I mean, this is a Sonic game after all, so naturally I had to bring back the squash and stretch, as well as basic jiggle and wind physics across most of these animations. Animating Sonic, Shadow and Rouge to have movements that suit their personality and abilities was actually quite enjoyable. It took up a lot of my time, don't get me wrong, but it was kinda worth it. The ultimate goal for the characters was to make everyone look cool. This was especially important for Rouge, as I've never seen anyone animate her in the way that I did for modern SA2. I took some inspiration from Catwoman and Batman from the Arkham games for her animations, as well as even acting out my own animations and recreating them for the project. With Shadow, I wanted him to look silky smooth, particularly for his skating animations. I went by creating 3 animations that gradually progressed from SA2's slow skate to a more custom modern Shadow skate animation. This took many months on and off to achieve, and it definitely worked out for the better. Sonic, on the other hand, was actually quite easy. Sonic Team already made a nice base back in Unleashed, which I used for many animations, but with a lot of editing, I was able to create a custom style for these animations, and it went from looking like this to this. Okay, so you know when you were a kid playing City Escape, did you ever look here and think, man, I kind of want to see what's up there? Well, that's basically our level design ideology. We wanted players to experience how the classic 2D level design would have been if it was in SA2. SA2's level design is what paved the way for what the modern games currently use today, and that's simply high-speed action platforming. The new way for Sonic and his friends to navigate their world, which is a complete contrast to SA1's more open, slower-paced level design. SA2 introduced a whole new flow to the game, and when pulled off by experienced players, man, it's quite satisfying really, isn't it? But what if I said that I can take this further? Modern SA2 builds upon the gameplay flow introduced by SA2 to the franchise and makes it even more satisfying and rewarding to do so. 2 huge areas that we focused on in this update is the risk and reward system and the difficulty of the game. Now, if you've played SA2 quite a lot and you're very used to how it works, you might have felt that it begins to get just a little repetitive and there's not really much room for you to do. However, with our introduction of many new paths across the speed stages, advanced players will be challenged with a variety of paths to beat the action stages. But be warned though, we have changed how the ranking system works, so the fastest route isn't going to guarantee you an A rank. In modern SA2, players now must reach a minimum of 80% of the stage's total score to achieve an A rank. This means that players are encouraged to interact with the environment more, meaning you'll be attacking enemies more often, finding skips that offer bonus points, finding hidden item boxes, etc. When it comes to level design, SA2 is essentially a hybrid of both adventure games' approaches to create a best of both worlds scenario. So if you're not a fan of SA2's linearity, this project actually might be up your alley. And that about wraps up the video. But wait, I've got one last thing to show. I hope this video provides you guys with an understanding of making modern SA2. There's a lot that goes into this than what I've just shown for the past 8 minutes. Not gonna lie, this was kinda hard to put together. Like, you guys have no idea how many times this script has been rewritten. Heck, even this part here just got added to the script before uploading. Many thanks to the fans and for you lot watching this video. To anyone that's seen this project over the 6 years of its development, I salute you. To anyone wilding out in the comment section, cool. So with that said, I'm gonna let my boy Hekko take the spotlight with his thoughts on the project. You guys take care and I'll catch you later with some old school commentary videos in the future.
Hello everyone, my name is Hekko. I'm a streamer slash content creator, twitch.tv/HEKKOPT, like plugin. I recently played Sonic Adventure 2 mod made by MentorDex. I do want to say it's one of the best mods that I've ever played for Sonic Adventure 2. It is something about his mods that adds something completely fresh to this game. The new models for Sonic, Rouge, and Shadow, as the time of this recording, are definitely over the top quality, and I feel like Sega does have to take some notes when it comes to like actually designing how the Sonic characters look. There's something so magical with how fluid and how smooth the animations are, that playing it gives it definitely a fresh new experience to a 20-year-old game almost. Or even more actually, it's more than 20 years old. The biggest thing about the animations, and I've streamed the game and I've kept talking about this with MentorDex, is, I think one of the biggest highlights for me at least, is Shadow skating animations. Who the fuck made Shadow skating animation? It's fucking gold, bro. It's so good. How did you make it so good? Bro, you made it. I can't believe... Yo, fucking hell. Dex, seriously, bro. That is the most beautiful skating animation. Like, oh my god. I don't know about the rest of you, but like, Shadow skating animations have always been a bit off. There's always been something that's been missing with the latest like games where he's been featured. It doesn't feel as good, or at least in my opinion, never felt as good as Sonic Adventure 2's skating animation, mainly because the animations, the original ones, allowed Shadow to speed up the animation. It add that sense of speed to it, and I've always found Shadow's skating animations for Sonic Adventure 2 to be the best because of that feeling and sense of speed. But MentorDex brought something to the table that I just never thought it would be possible coming from Sonic Adventure, and that's mainly the new fluid Shadow skating animation. They make Shadow skate, for real, skate, and it has this like expression, the exaggeration of the movement gives that sense of speed, and it's just fantastic. There's also the extra detail, if you do play the mod, there's also the extra detail where if you stop suddenly, you hear his air shoes do like a like effect, like that sound effect, and that just adds so much detail and so much to the character. That's like the smallest of details, but it makes a fantastic difference. To keep it short, the animations are also for Sonic and for Rouge. They both have very fluid, nice animations, and I'm really enjoying the direction that this mod's taking with its character models. The characters are not the main highlight of this mod. The stages as well are the biggest highlights as well. You can't ignore the stages. They've done something different with the stages. They've added something to it that makes, for example, City Escape be more fun to traverse. They made Radical Highway have these like very different like ways of traversing as well, like, or the layout's slightly different. There's more enemies to like bounce off of. It's just fantastic. And I think one of the bigger changes was Metal Harbor, where Metal Harbor they made the little like exploration part right at the beginning, right before the actual original stage starts, and I think that adds a lot to it. And I really am enjoying the experience. It made the child inside of me just like bursting into enthusiasm and just have so much fun with this mod. I do hope that in the future the mod will be complete to a point where you can replay the whole of Sonic Adventure 2 with this mod enabled for as if it's a remaster, you know? Like, if it was a remaster, Sega needs to take note. Now, there are a few things about this mod, and there's a few collision bugs, but that's like typical Sonic Adventure stuff, which have a few oddities that needs to be addressed. But it doesn't break the game. I still enjoy playing it. It's still fantastic. Lastly, I do want to say that I found this mod completely by accident on Twitter, and I just contacted MentorDex just to, you know, on the off chance that I could stream the game, and we just got in touch, and it's fantastic where this relation is going. I do recommend to anyone who wants to replay Sonic Adventure 2 to try this mod out. It's not complete yet, but it's definitely something to look forward to, and I hope that in the future that we get a complete mod that just remasters Sonic Adventure 2 as a whole, and I hope that we do reach that point. Shout out to MentorDex for also, you know, allowing me to be part of this video. Yeah, I stream games Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Fridays at 7 PM London time on twitch.tv/HEKKOPT. So if you guys want to join me there, and if you want to chill for a bit, I play all sorts of games. If you want to chill for a bit, come join. Anyway, thank you MentorDex for letting me be in this video. I really do appreciate, and have a good one, everyone.